All right, so I wanted to do an extended lesson on, I've been given some little blues tips, acoustic blues tips. And, you know, when you're playing a shuffle, we're going to be in the key of E this time. And when you're playing a shuffle and you got something really simple like this, like a Jimmy Reed kind of, you know, you're basically going from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on your A string, and you're hammering that low E. You just got a low down blues thing going, right? Well, that's cool. And the same applies for A. You know, you can go to A and repeat that same pattern, second and the 2 and 4 of the D string, and just, you know, coming down on that A as your root. And that works great, and it's a great sound. You know, it gives you this, you know, kind of. Sometimes that's enough. You know, if you're just doing like a JJ Cale vibe or whatever, you know, kind of a gut bucket blues thing, and turn around to a B7, back to your A and your E. So we've covered a lot of that stuff over the last period of time, and I think it's great. You know, that's fun, especially if you're new to this kind of acoustic blues playing. And I've talked about a lot of different licks that we've done, you know, that kind of stuff. And if you like that, if you're interested in the acoustic, it's not just blues, it's, you know, extends into Americana or songwriting or whatever. I got a lot of that at jimmydillon.com/free if you want it. Or there's also some cool courses there for you. So if you like what you're seeing here, hit me up, and I'd love to hear any kind of comments or ideas that you may have on how to expand your playing, or, you know, what you want to hear, what you want to learn. So what I'm going to do is take you on a little blues journey now. And so instead of just doing the basic, which is fine, if you got that down, if you're comfortable with that, that's cool. We're going to expand that and add a little harmony to it. So what I gave this in a short lesson earlier, where you have your 2nd finger instead of the 1st one on that 2nd fret of the A string, and then you're going to pick up the G string 1st fret with your 1st finger. Okay, that's your first voicing. Okay, and you're going to pinch it. That's the way I do it. You could do it with a pick, but it's more effective finger style. So you're still coming down on that low E string, right? Slow motion style. And you would be pinching the A and the D string. And that gives it a little different voicing. It's a little more sophisticated. It's kind of an extension, I suppose. I hear guys like Kev Mo do this stuff. And then you're going to jump up to the 4th fret on the A string with your 3rd finger. Right there. That's your next move. And then you got your 2nd fret on the G string, 1st finger. And it sounds like this. Okay? That's it. Those are the two moves. So it's basically very similar to what we were doing, but now it sounds like this. It's pretty cool. I like it. And if you want to get ambitious with it, you can pick up that high E string. Don't worry about that. Make sure you get your timing first. That's first and foremost, I think, is hit it clean, do it in time. You know, get that groove going, right? I read something by, was it Victor Wooten? He said, something like, I'm probably paraphrasing, is never sacrifice the groove in pursuit of a note. And boy, that really hit home for me. Because, you know, if you don't have the groove, all is lost without the groove, man. It's got to be groove approved, right? Especially in this kind of stuff. You know, it's really very rhythmic. Now we're going to apply the same thing we just did, which was nothing more than adding a harmony note. You got a B and a G sharp, and that has a great sound to it. Then you got a C sharp and an A note. And it also has that kind of flow. Now listen, why don't we apply that now to the 4 chord, which you're going to go to next in an E blues, right? And just add that, move to that A string as your target note, you know, your bass, your thumping bass, right? So now we're going to A. Okay, now what we're going to do, instead of doing this, which is the simplistic version, which is fine, very Jimmy Reed, you know, plenty of songs do that. We're going to move, again, we're going to replace that 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D string with the 2nd finger, okay? The 3rd finger is going to pick up the 2nd fret of the B string this time. So slightly different configuration, but same harmony. So it's an E and a B here. And then you're going going to slide that up to the 4th fret of the D string with your 2nd finger. You slide it right up, and pick up this 3rd fret of the B string with the 1st finger. Sounds like that. See that shape? So what that sounds like in practice, super slow, would be something like. And that's, you know, that's pretty easy to grok, I think. It's not too crazy, but yet it adds a certain flavor to it, doesn't it? It's like kind of the special sauce. So if you're looking to expand your blues, I guess your voicings, you know, I was watching, what was I watching? There's so many great lessons on YouTube, man. It's killer. Like Robin Ford, people I've admired for years. They show you like just a little jewel to add to what you already know. And that's actually my goal, is if I can give you like a little bit of a spice maybe, or a little, I don't try to get too much information at once, because I think it's overwhelming sometimes. But if you're a fan of acoustic blues like I am, and acoustic music in general, you can get that rolling. It's just very relaxed, isn't it? And then go to the A. Okay, and if you want to expand on that, I have a whole lot of like really deep dive lessons in that kind of stuff, and I'm going to play you out with some stuff that I actually do teach at jimmydillon.com that you can check out and see if you like it. But please do. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. And you know, you can add that B7th chord, right? That's our turnaround chord. That's our 5 chord. And then back to the A. Which in this case is an A7. You can add that pinky if you want. 3rd fret on the high A. These are all just little connective tissue. And then back to. But I think that really works, and so I'm going to play you out right now. And it's a beautiful Maui morning. Thanks for checking out my stuff, and we'll see you down the road. So here we go. I'm going to play you out a little acoustic blues in E and see where we go with it. And I'm going to add a bunch to it, okay? Yeah, feels good. Little hammer on it. All right, let's take it home to the B7th. Back to the A7th. Little turn around. And that's about it for today. I don't want to get too crazy with all this stuff, but once again, thanks for coming by. It's a great day in Maui. I think I'm going to head on down to the beach right now, but I wanted to share something with you before I go. All right, see you down the road.